Hello, Amanda with the Workforce Centers of South Central Kansas. Today I want to talk about an alternative to finding work. Some of you may be having difficulty right now finding a job, and there are some other options than the traditional employment. So I want to talk about our gig economy, what that really means, what kind of jobs are gig jobs, where do you find them, what do they do, how do you apply, all of those things to give you some additional options to finding work today. The gig economy is a labor market characterized by short term contracts or freelance work as opposed to permanent jobs. Gig workers are independent contractors, online platform workers, on-call workers, contract firm workers, and or temporary workers. So gig workers may have a job for a few hours, a day, a week, a month, but it's unlike traditional work where you're finding a job and probably plan on being there for a year or more. It is going to be, flexible environment generally. It's going to be by piecework. Sometimes it's remote. A lot of times you may be working, basically by yourself. And so, it can provide a lot of benefits. The gig economy can. The gig economy does encompass about 36% of the US workforce. $1.4 trillion are annually put into our economy on an annual basis from the gig workers. 63% shared that they decided on this type of work by choice, not out of necessity. And 1 in 4 Americans hold a side gig, according to Monster. So why resort to gig work? Well, one is to fill a job gap. Maybe you just lost your job, or maybe you quit your job. And so in between work, to still generate some income, you might choose some of these alternative methods to earning some cash. Possibly you need to supplement your income. Maybe you're needing some flexibility or just really want to be your own boss. Maybe you're trying to keep yourself busy while learning a new skill at the very same time. So there are a lot of benefits to the gig work because you are able to, balance your career and family needs, earn while maybe you're seeking a better job. You have a lot of control in it. And it's another way to make income, make those ends meet, and to make extra money. And to be quite honest, a lot of these gig jobs, you make pretty good money for the amount of time that you really put in. The top types of gig jobs include driver, consultant, accountant, handyman, security testing, freelance programmer, some type of creator, a caregiver, service provider, and even reselling. On your phone, you can probably find about 150 or more apps of these types of jobs that allow you to generate an income. Sometimes even just straight from your phone. So I encourage you to Google gig jobs, go to your phone app store, see what you can find in terms of these gig jobs that might be available out there. We're going to talk about some of the apps in particular, so that might give you some ideas of where you can begin looking. Of course, we're not going to cover all 150 of them, so be sure to check out, what kind of opportunities are available for you. within the gig culture. What I did here is I just went to Google and I typed in driver gig jobs, and this is what popped up. We've got Amazon Flex delivery driver, Uber Eats delivery driver, a food delivery driver, Postmates delivery driver. There's all kinds of driver opportunities. Most of the time they revolve around food or groceries, sometimes packages, but you can also drive people like a taxi service using Uber or Lyft as well. So many opportunities within the driving industry. This one here even says you can make up to $20 an hour. And a lot of times these services, individuals are tipping you. So sometimes you can make some pretty good money in tips as well. This particular one says apply on Gig Shark. So you would normally just click here and it would take you to that application for you to go ahead and apply. Now, because I was curious exactly what Gig Sharks was, I went ahead and went to the website. I created me an account. It asked me what my interests were, and I just clicked them all. So because I did that, it gave me all of the opportunities here for my interest. And so you can find, whether it's delivery, driving, freelance, handyman, online, part-time, passive income, remote teaching, shopping, rental, photography, tech, restaurant, cleaning, moving. Pretty much any skill set that you may have, you can find here on this particular website to find you a gig using a skill that you already possess. For instance, this one here, I went to driver, and this is about being a driver for Lyft, and all I'd have to do is click apply. So this site looks like it could maybe be a benefit to you if you are looking for multiple types of gig type jobs. This has a full range of opportunities on Gig Sharks. TaskRabbit was another one I looked into. And this one also has some driving opportunities, but it also has things like, if you need help moving things or other task oriented jobs. So if you are a person that has a particular skill set and you can perform a certain task, so this would be a lot of handyman type work, driver, things of that nature. You can create you an account by clicking become a tasker. And then that way, when individuals are looking for someone that can complete a task for them, hopefully they'll come across your profile and be able to reach out to you to fill that task. Freelancing, it's nice because many times you can work remotely with freelancing. And it can be done in isolation, especially during times like this where we may be social distancing. The challenge, though, is to find clients that need work done that you may be capable of doing. Most of the time, these freelance jobs include things like writing, graphic design, web designer, social media, developer, and marketer. These types of jobs can be found on apps such as Flex Jobs, Solid Gigs, Upwork, and Fiverr. They're really good at helping you connect with those that are looking for help and connecting clients globally. One of the highest paid gig jobs is a deep learning artificial intelligence developer. They actually make over $115 an hour. It's where they create self-teaching systems that use voice or image recognition to decide the best options for the user. So algorithms, all that good stuff. But you do have to be pretty well educated, highly skilled, You'll need a bachelor's or master's degree in computer science, along with Java and C++ proficiency. These types of jobs can be found on Flex Jobs, but also there's an app called Gigster, and they have these types of job leads as well. So if you are, you know, very computer savvy, have this type of education and skill set, this could be an opportunity for you in finding some work. Other highly skilled, high paying gigs include ethical hacker. So they even pay people to try to break into systems. So if there was a way that they were able to hack in, they could fix that before a real hacker was able to hack in and take advantage of that information. So, again, going to need to be pretty computer savvy. But you've got a blockchain architect, robotics engineer, virtual and augmented reality developer. Most of these can also be found on FlexJobs, Upwork. But here's a new one, TopTool. So TopTool is another site that offers many IT related opportunities. Other gigs you could consider, people need meals. Sometimes they're willing to pay for you to cook a meal for them, or to have a chef while they're on vacation, or they need somebody to cater something. So if you love to cook, hire a chef. That would be a great application. Instacart is where you deliver groceries. And right now, during this COVID-19 circumstance, I know I personally have used Instacart a lot, and I think a lot of people are using it more. So that is probably something that right now is really booming, people not wanting to get out. Behance.net is specifically targeted to photographers, designers, illustrators, and other creative fields. If you just don't have the time to be a driver, we talked about driving a lot. You can even just rent your car out to others on an app called Get Around. Caviar is a fine dining delivery, which results generally in higher totals, which means you get a higher portion of that commission, and tips most often. So Caviar may be the app that you would want to go with if you're going to be delivering food. 99 Designs connects small business to talented graphic artists. So if you're an artist, that could be another opportunity. You could also create designs for clothing at Printed Village. Rover finds companions for dog walking and pet sitting. If you have any property, Airbnb allows one to rent out the property or unused space, even if it's, one bedroom in your house, for people to take advantage of when they're visiting or traveling. You can resell on websites and applications like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and others. There are a ton out there. Whether you're just selling things out of your closet or whether you're buying to resell. I know I've given a lot of information and applications of those in which you could check out. Hopefully, I've mentioned something that you're like, oh, I could do that, or I should check out that site and see what they have. Don't forget, one of the things I mentioned on one of the slides was caregiver, babysitter. All of those things are still available. So check out sites that might be able to link you up with connections if you might be a good caregiver. We talked about being a service provider, so think about something that you might be able to offer. What kind of service could you provide? And that may be another opportunity for you to find some gigs there. And if you're a creator, So creating content, that is another gig. So there's just thousands of opportunities out there right now. If you're struggling with finding a permanent job, you can certainly do your research, find the best gig for you. And, or if you've already got a job where you're just needing to make some extra income, there are additional opportunities out there. You just have to go searching and research just a little bit to find the best one that's going to work for you. Again, we want to wish you the best on your next gig. And if you could just like our Facebook, follow our Facebook, subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us. We'd love to be able to help you get started with finding your next career or your next gig. Thank you.